Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, oh, oh. Lit check, been a minute, let me hit the homies in a group text. 10 years, same team. True vest. Got a couple trophies, but no chains on the neck. No. Got a couple Cardis, we don't flood with baguettes. It's a very small world, so my hand hoes. Wake up, make the money.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Happy Friday. I feel so good today and we have a really fun weekend ahead, which I need so bad. We are celebrating our friends Gyp's and Liberty's birthday this weekend. We are doing a hike Saturday morning, followed by a bonfire in the evening. And then Sunday, we are doing a brunch over in Little Italy. And this is just a big celebration for both of them. And we're doing that hike that we did in the previous vlog, but we're cutting it short. We are stopping at the midway point. That way more people can come and hang out and celebrate versus like going on that crazy climb. So that's going to be Saturday morning. I decided to turn on the vlog and take you guys with me. Also because I feel so good. The last week has been a struggle. Like, so bad when I tell you. The littlest thing, sorry, I'm currently feeding the girls. Actually, I'm giving them a little bit of kibble again. I haven't fed kibble in so long, but I feel like the crunch might be good. I feed them just food for dogs and it's fresh food or fresh frozen, you thaw it out. And on top of this, I would do like a freeze-dried option like Sundays for dogs or Ziwi Peaks. But I started thinking and I'm like, you know, some dogs just do so well on kibble, and now kibble has such a terrible, how do you say this? A terrible, I'm at a loss for words. Reputation, right? But if you really think about it, I feel like dogs have been accustomed and evolved into doing well on kibble. If I'm just giving like a little bit of this just for crunch and for teeth, I feel like that's okay. And plus, my thought process here was I was giving, you know, kind of fresh food. And then the freeze-dried toppings I was putting on was also fresh food. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm just changing it up a bit. I don't know what the purpose of telling you guys that was, but it is what it is. Anyways, the last week has been so crazy. I've just been on edge. And when I tell you on edge, I mean any little thing, any minute thing would set me off. Like, I would just be washing dishes and would drop a cup. And I would just be like, that small of a thing would set me off. And like, I feel so bad because the girls have got the brunt of it. Like, they would be playing and they would just like knock over like a book or something. And I'd be like, girls! I felt so bad, but I've just been on a journey this last week. And I texted Donnie the other day and I was like, babe, I'm going to have a mental breakdown. And I think it's just because, and this is not throwing Donnie under the bus by any means, but I do take care of almost everything around the house, responsibilities, the dogs, when things break, services, like I do it all. And that's because Donnie goes to work every day, you know, Monday through Friday. And I have the privilege and opportunity to work from home, and it just makes more sense. And that's sort of how it's been since we've been together, because I've always sort of worked from home. Even in my last career, I was fortunate enough to work from home like 2 to 3 days a week. And so I had the time and energy, and it just makes sense. And I'm not complaining by any means. Like, would I trade going in to an office or a workplace 9 to 5 every Monday through Friday and have Donnie work from home and take care of everything? Heck no. I'm good where I'm at. But I'm just saying, sometimes it's a lot, and it could be a lot. And like, everything is just going wrong. Things are happening. The dogs need all of their services done. Blue is in heat. I have to schedule her spay. Both the girls need their teeth cleaning. Aiko needs some panels done. Then our cars both need services. My van needed a smog check because I didn't know that diesel engines need a smog check every 2 years. And I was like, this car's new. The Rover needs service. I told you in a few vlogs back that our dishwasher was broken. Thankfully, I was able to fix that on my own via YouTube, so save some money there. Our fridge is broken. This is going to be the second or third time we're getting this serviced. The price of this fridge is like a car. And the only reason we got the Sub-Zero, originally we're supposed to get a KitchenAid because everything else in here is KitchenAid, but we got a Sub-Zero because back when they were building this, the KitchenAid one was out of stock and it wasn't going to be available for 8 months. And so we're like, okay, we have to have a fridge. So I ended up paying almost double to get the Sub-Zero. Anyways, that needs service, so I have to schedule that. I need to do dentist appointment. I need to make an appointment to get my physical. I want to ask for a colonoscopy because I have been spotting when I'm wiping my touche. And like, just, there's so much. And then on top of that, work is crazy. I'm going to show you guys all the stuff I have to film over here. Like, there's so much there. Family obligations, friends, just a lot has been going on. And I don't know, man. I freaking lost it. Hold on, sorry. Let me feed the girls first because they're like patiently waiting down here. And you know what? I hate to complain and I don't want to complain, but I kind of want to complain. So on top of all of this too, like I've been feeling like this house has been so much for me. Like we live in a 5-bedroom house. Like we came from a 1-bedroom condo to a 5-bedroom house with a huge backyard. Well, not huge, but a big backyard, bigger than me and Donnie need. And like, it's just so much upkeep that like I miss living in a condo where I can just step out from my bedroom and be in the kitchen and living area and then like look out the window and see the city, walk down the street, grab a coffee. Maybe the suburb life is getting to me. Maybe that's what it is. And I need to travel. I need to get out of here and camp. Take the van out, like, oh my god, I'm so sorry guys, but I've been going through it, but I woke up today feeling so good. And I think that's because we have a full-on weekend of 0 responsibilities. Like, we're just going to have fun, spend time with friends, and not worry about a damn thing other than getting our hike on, getting our brunch on, and getting our bonfire on. You know what I mean? So we are going to kick off. I feel like this is like the kickoff of summer in San Diego for me. And summer in San Diego is always chef's kiss. Okay, let me wrap up getting ready and I'll touch base with you guys later. Jips is coming over today. He's staying with us. I still have a ton of work to do today. I gotta work out. Also, I quit 75 hard. It was just hard and it was time consuming, but the main reason I quit 75 hard, why this is a crazy long intro and I feel like I'm all over the place, but I have to update you guys on so many things. The reason why I quit 75 hard is because I always gotta watch them because they like try and run for Hero's food because she eats so slow. The reason I quit 75 hard is because it wasn't serving me right. You know, I'm supposed to do this and it's supposed to sort of help me build these habits or just feel accomplished or feel good or like feel hard but still motivating, you know what I mean? Because what it was doing is the things I love to do, it was making me dread it. It was making me hate doing it. So like working out, love working out, but twice a day, 45 minutes every single day, I started to dread working out. And I'm like, I don't want to hate working out. I'm in such a good place with my routine of working out. Why am I damaging that, right? And then reading, I just started reading because I bought a Kindle like a few months back and I like fell in love with reading and I started to loathe reading because I had to. Picking up the book for 10 minutes or 10 pages and I was just like reading and I was reading angrily. And I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this if it's not creating a positive impact in my life? And so I was like, Mikey, are you just doing this so you can complete a video or like complete a challenge? Is that worth your mental health? Is that worth hating the things you love? Is that worth possibly hating working out when this is done? And so I was like, no, it's not. Like, who cares about the video? So no more 75 hard or soft or ish, but kudos to everyone that is doing it. Like, you know, I have a few creator friends that are doing it and it just wasn't for me. And I tried it. I'm glad I tried it. And I don't think I'll ever try it again. Okay. So those are a few of the updates. Wow. This intro was so long. I feel like the vlog could be done, right? As always, thanks for watching. Choose happy for sad. Bye. Just kidding. Stay tuned. Stay here. Don't go anywhere. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys this too. What set me off the rockers was I was going to do more content with the Cumulus machine, which is our cold brew machine for an agency. The morning I started filming, it leaked all over my buffet table. I'm telling you, water inside, in the crevices, in the drawer, by the sockets. And that was due that day. And I'm just like, really? Cool. Love that. Cool. So that's been my week. I hope yours was better. Yay for you. Okay, for real, let's get to work and have fun this weekend, yeah? Let's have fucking fun. Sweating. Boom, ka, boom, ka. Boom, ka. I forget what's after that. I think that was it, right? Yep. See, our fridge is leaking and it's leaking in here too. Oh my gosh, I gotta change this. But we have an appointment and they didn't have one until next Thursday, which was a week out from when I made it. And so what I think is happening is condensation is building up on the back and then just leaking here. So we've had this repaired once and we gotta do it again. And then here is all the stuff I need to film by next week. Actually, I already filmed the content for those luggage pieces, but everything else needs to be done by next week. So wish me luck. But I'm not thinking about it this weekend. You know what I mean? Also, still haven't had a chance to sell and donate my clothes from the office or closet. Revamp, wardrobe, we did a few vlogs ago. That's just kind of a visual representation of how my life has been. All right, we're just gonna power through the workday today because I do have a haircut at 2 o'clock and then need to go to the grocery store because I do want to cook something tonight since Jips will be here. I'm thinking of doing this bolognese recipe I've done before from New York Times Cooking, and it's so good. It's like a 5-hour spaghetti, but it's worth it. It's so far my favorite spaghetti/bolognese recipe. Thinking maybe that with some wine will be good to catch up tonight before our hike tomorrow. Also, I ended up picking these AirPod Pro Max, these AirPod Maxes. And so anyways, I picked these up about a couple months ago because they were on sale on Amazon. And I ended up returning them because they were just kind of too tight for me. And I was just like, I don't know. I just had a little bit of buyer's remorse. And then the new Sony XM6s came out and I ended up purchasing those for pretty much the same price. And while I liked them, they were so comfortable and I think they're actually pretty stylish. The sound was a little muddy to me and I just kept thinking about these. So I ended up returning those and sat on it for quite a while. And then I saw these drop back in price. I ended up rebuying them and I've been happy with them. The thing too is they were so tight in the beginning and I was doing some research and I found a Reddit post where they were like, you know what, just stretch them out. Like literally grab them and like stretch them freaking out. And now there's a big gap right here. And so out of the box, they're like this, they're tight. And once you stretch it, now they're like that. And I feel like they are much more comfortable. And I feel like these are the ones that I'm going to stick with. And the transparency mode on here is amazing. I'm like, what? I will say though, this bra situation is atrocious. Like Apple. Why, man? What a difference a haircut makes. I feel so much lighter. He did a great job this time and ready for the weekend. I told you guys earlier that I was gonna do a spaghetti bolognese recipe from New York Times, but honestly I got lazy and I forgot that I had to do Japanese sandos for tomorrow's hike. I figured let me just focus on that and make sure I get that done. And then we'll just order food and see what Jips is craving when he gets here. Jips is here. Birthday weekend!
What's up, guys?
Have some glass of wine, even though we're waking up at 4 for our hike. But it's birthday weekend, so I have to have something. So I'm just gonna assemble the eggs right now. It's really easy, guys. All you need to do is have Kewpie mayo, some milk, and then here I have a mixture of salt, pepper, and sugar. And I am going to chop up all of the eggs in here and then mix everything together, and that's it. I have some white bread here, and then I'm gonna butter the white bread, one of the tops of the white bread. assemble, and that's it. I also have this thing to help with the eggs so you don't have to chop, which is really handy. And that's pretty much it. It's really, really easy. These are a little far. And then I'll show you guys how it looks at the end. We're gonna do a little taste test. Let me taste it first.
Okay.
Cheers. Hold on. Oh, okay, go ahead. Have you ever had Japanese sando?
No, what makes it Japanese?
It's very plain with just mayo, Kewpie mayo, sugar, salt, pepper.
Oh, so it's a Kewpie mayo.
Mm-hmm.
There's butter in this?
And butter. You butter one. I mean, some recipes will just butter one half of the bread.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, you should use Japanese white bread. It's fluffier, but it's pretty good too.
Oh yeah, you have to use the white bread.
Good.
Okay.
Perfect for tomorrow. Forgot to show you guys how it looks. Happy birthday!
Wait, what is this?
Babe, come here.
What?
I said, babe, come here. Donnie's home.
Alright.
It's not from Chanel.
I don't even like Chanel. Did you just wrap this right now?
I did. Donnie said he was gonna wrap it, so.
What is this? Oh, is it the piano? Aww, thank you. Dope. Like,
Jibs plays piano.
we talked about this. Well, Mikey sent this to me, and I was like,
I had to hunt it down, bitch. Oh, he's so cool looking.
I love that he's wearing all black. Dude, the piano is sick. Like, if I could have a salvage looking one like this. Look, it even has a stand.
Pop Mart's going off with their stuff. It's kind of crazy.
It's so random that they like decided to do this.
Oh my god, look what we did. We have a big boy slumber party gamer. We're gonna stream snipe.
Let's go, bro.
We got Jibs right here. So we moved the TV that was in the office / guest room over to the game room and we're gonna play. So excited. We got our wines.
Wait,
we have our cheerleader.
No, it just has to join.
The dogs. Let's not forget the most important part of the hike. Our sandwiches. Should we put a seatbelt on? Just kidding.
Darkest days and there's smoke in the sky, getting higher, higher. I feel the weight of a million miles in the fire. I've been on my own, lost my way back home, and been blinded from the light. I thought I'd be alright. The time has come, laying all of it down. I surrender. Find me in the open, all the good and broken, nothing left unspoken. No, I am here, standing here. Find me in the open. Find me in the open. How will I know I'll be safe one day? What will I lose?
Alright, we made it to the mid-peak at Lawson's Peak. Everyone's here. We got our charcuterie, some wine, a little charcuterie Marion made, so cute. Got our Simply wine, and then our Japanese sando. Happy birthday, Lib. Drip, happy birthday. Pretty. Wonderful way to celebrate birthday. A beautiful Saturday morning.
Like I brought some chopsticks.
Just bought some chopsticks. Bonfire tonight, brunch tomorrow.
The real one. The real one.
Oh, wait, you have to show the camera.
1, 2, 3.
I see. So you can. Yeah.
No.
When I met you, I wanted to be better.
Doesn't that look like a bear, guys? Or like a... I don't know. It's looking crazy. That's so cool. Oh, it's doing eye tracking on it. Alright, crazy day today, but we just finished the hike and we're gonna head out to dinner, and then straight after dinner we're going to go to a bonfire over in Coronado. Can we get a quick bonfire outfit check, guys? I have my Patagonia, some linen pants, and then my Patagonia bag I thrifted in Japan. I haven't used this bag yet. Jips is wearing a hoodie, cute hat, jeans.
And some Legion X base
Wow.
with corridor.
Wow. Oh my god, I'm decked out in Patagonia. Even my socks are Patagonia.
This is corridor.
Donnie's decked out in all Uniqlo. And New Balance and yeah.
Cute.
But yeah, okay, we're gonna have dinner, bonfire, and come hang out with us. Or not. I don't even know what I'm gonna film. Okay. But for dinner, this is my look. And then I'm gonna throw on the Patagonia. 2-hour grace period. Yeah, go ahead. Cheers, love you, happy birthday.
I can't wait.
Thank you guys.
Birthday.
Sing for me.
Guys, look at my stargazing swing chair. I can just go like this. Whoa. Amazing.
Feels good though.
I love this. It feels so good, huh? So we're at Coronado Beach right now over by the dog area, and if you're in this location, you could bring your own fire pit, but it has to be propane. And they do have fire pits around here, but they get taken up pretty quickly. So if you have your own fire pit, but it has to be propane, you could just come here and chill out.
Happy birthday to you.
Good morning, it's the next day. This is event number 3. We're about to head out soon. We're going to Little Italy to a restaurant called Kettner Exchange. We have 2 cabanas over at the rooftop to celebrate again, Lib and Jips. This is our last celebration for this birthday weekend. But here's today's outfits. And I have my Bottega Veneta cassette bag, and I'm wearing some North Face sandals. But yeah, so we have like San Diego in the bottom and then a little bit more fancier brunch on top. I'm gonna take the Canon V1 with me in this bag. All right, here we go. Birthday boy in the middle. He's dressing in San Diego wear. We got Daddy Donnie over there. And you guys saw my outfit. Okay, let's go.
Quando o sol se pôs, pensei em nós dois. Foi a alma que escureceu bem ao meio-dia, foi no apogeu. Quem diria que seria o fim de você e eu? Mas quando eu olho nos olhos.
throw it on top of the first slice. And you don't need to go to the edge because we are going to cut the edge off. And then you're just gonna butter your bread. This is gonna add, again, a little bit more richness to the sandwich. And you're just gonna cut the crust like so. And again, don't worry, we are going to crouton these guys up. So you wanna cut those into little bite size as well. And then I like to cut this in half. I'm currently filming some UGC content right now, and this clip is me getting up from bed with a POV shot, so I'm gonna wear this mount, turning on the lights early in the morning, making coffee. The things I gotta do for content, guys. I have been filming like crazy for the last week, but it is Friday already, and because I've been filming and working like crazy, I'm like, Donnie, we need to go out to dinner. We need to have some fun. I'm not sure where we're going, but I could use a cocktail. I could use a nice dinner. Oh my god, I'm like freaking out right now. But we're gonna get this done and have a little nice Friday night. By the way, it's supposed to be 5:45 in the morning, so I just have all of the shades down. So we're gonna film this, do a couple takes. Okay, let me see how that turned out. All right, not bad. We are gonna try it again though. Sorry, it's too bright, you guys can't see. That's a wrap. Okay, so as you can see, I'm in my pajamas, having a whiskey. Actually, I don't know if you guys can hear me. You're a little too far. Let me bring you guys a little closer. Okay, so like I was saying, I'm in my pajamas because Donnie got home and he was too tired to go out, and totally understandable. He got called in late last night and he basically worked a 12-hour shift, so we're just gonna hang out at home. We made some cocktails. This is Jameson and Poppy. It's probably better that way because we did have a crazy weekend last week. Spent a lot of money, and so I'm tasked now with ordering food, and I am looking on DoorDash, and Donnie's like, just surprise me. And that's scary. I don't know if you guys are like us, but sometimes we have like the hardest time figuring out what to eat, especially if we're like gonna order food. And also we live in the suburbs, so it's not like we have a huge array to choose from. But I don't know what I want. Do I want Chinese food? Do I want Korean? We have BBQ chicken. We have a really good Chinese restaurant. I feel like I'm just going to drink a little and let the liquor figure it out for me. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, I filmed a ton this week, and I'm tired, man. I feel like every vlog I'm saying I'm tired, and it's not like I'm tired, physically tired. I'm kind of tired of creating content for other brands. I wish I was a content creator for my own brand. For me, I spend so much time creating these UGC ads, content for other brands, and I just wish it was for me. I wish I could make a living creating content for myself, you know what I mean? And I think I'm struggling with letting that go. Well, not really, I'm not struggling with it, I wish it were different, I guess, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, super grateful to be able to work from home on my own schedule and work with these amazing brands and talking to some friends in this space. What they're able to charge per short form content is a fraction of what I'm able to charge brands. Since it's UGC, it's not going to be posted on my own social media, but you know, I'm just here venting to you guys because I feel like when you think about content creators, you think, oh, it's always just so fun. You get to get free product and do this. And yes, that's the case when you're an influencer, when you have a following. But if you're a UGC creator like me, no following, and you're doing this as a part-time job or your main job, it just gets taxing, I guess, you know? That feels so good. Just feeling the nice breeze. Anyways, how are you guys doing? Are you guys doing anything interesting? Anything fun? Are you guys traveling anywhere for the summer? I don't know if I've talked about this before in the vlog, but me and Donnie were supposed to go back to Japan this year. We were so excited to travel again. We got the travel bug, but then we got Blue, and we're sort of just waiting until she's a little bit more grown up. I'm really excited to travel, but I will say I'm actually pretty scared to fly. I've always been a terrible flyer. I always have to have drinks before a flight or take medication. I remember in India, I took muscle relaxers and Xanax in that flight because I was just so nervous. And going to India, that was a 30-hour journey. It was crazy. And I'm just an anxious flyer, and I don't know, every little bobble in the air, I'm like, we're going down. There was one trip where me and Liberty were traveling to, I think it's Vegas, and flying out of Vegas is usually super windy. I was like, Lib, look at my palms. They were so sweaty. My feet were sweaty. I freaking hate flying, guys, but I love to travel, but I hate flying. Like, I have an opportunity to go to New York in July and help shoot Mark Bittman's cookbook, but like, I don't want to fly. That's the only reason. Holly's going. She's like, come for a few days because she's going to be food styling. I have Lady there who I've yet to visit, who is one of my best friends in San Diego, moved to New York a couple years ago now, I think. So I really want to visit her, and I could stay with her for free in Brooklyn, but I'm like, I'm terrified of flying. It sucks. I mean, I might go like last minute, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm stalling. Let me figure out what I'm gonna order. Okay, I just ordered a freaking massive Mexican feast. I got carne asada fries, carne asada chips, shredded tacos, a shrimp quesadilla, a side of jalapeno and carrots, and a Coke Zero. I'm so excited. It's from Lolita's. Lolita's is one of my favorite Mexican food chains in San Diego. Used to be like old school Roberto's, but those are few and far between now. Also, I'm like laughing because I was just remembering how I sort of filmed or tried. No, I did film. I filmed a cooking show when I did the Japanese sando. I did a whole ass intro. Maybe I'll put a clip in here, but I was like, hey guys, welcome back to my new channel, Mikey Eats. Oh my gosh. And it's not that like I'm laughing of starting a new channel. I'm laughing because I'm like, I don't have time for that. Which maybe is why I was like, I wish I was creating content for myself, because if it was for me and I had time to do it, I would totally do it. But obviously I need that time to make money with UGC and my part-time job, and oh man. Maybe one day. I already ordered. Yeah. Heiko, come here. We're always, we get freaked out when the dogs are here because rattlesnakes, hawks, coyotes. I always have to make sure I know where they are. So Don was like, you're watching them, right? Yes, I am. Here I go. This is my girl right here. Baby. They love it out here though. And this is why we moved into a house, so they would have a backyard. Huh. Blue, come here. The vlog wants to see you. Yeah, Blue. My Blue baby, who's not a baby anymore because she's wrapping up her first heat cycle. You're a woman. These two, peas in a pod, man. Yeah, one of the reasons why I was thinking of starting a food channel is because I've been toying around with putting food content on my YouTube. I'm worried that I know a lot of channels who post shorts that doesn't relate to their content. Their long form ends up hurting their channel. So it's like, I'm scared that people are subscribing for food content, but then they're not gonna watch my vlog stuff, you know? I just don't know what I'm doing, guys. Oh yeah, one last thing before the food comes, and I'll show you guys what we're eating and everything, but I think in the beginning of this vlog I said I quit 75 hard. Totally freaking quit. But that's fine because, like I said, it wasn't serving me the way I thought it would be. I thought it would be motivating. I thought it would be like... I guess what I'm trying to say is, I know it's supposed to be hard. It's called 75 hard. It's a challenge, but when it's making you hate something you love, then that's when I was like, okay, we gotta end this. Okay, anyways, I will check in with you guys when the food's here. I'm a little buzzed. You know what? There's actually one more thing I want to talk about is the ICE raids and all this bullshit about deportations and immigrants. Like, I'm full on board with deportations when they make sense. We have been deporting millions of people. That's nothing new, but it's gotten so out of hand that I'm actually freaking disgusted. And I try to stay off social media, you know, like my friends constantly send stuff to me and I want to be informed, but it's just so sad. Like, I think the craziest one I saw today was, I mean, it doesn't deal with deportation, but it's along those lines of just how this administration is just so toxic. But like, there were people in freaking wheelchairs, elderly, and they were handcuffed with zip ties because they were protesting taking Medicare away from them. Do you really have to zip tie them? Everyone here, aside from Native Americans, are immigrants. Like, do you guys understand that? It's sad how we're treating humans. Like, we're supposed to be one of the greatest countries in the world. And I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. This is not right. And you know, there was an incident in South Park a few weeks ago. South Park is like one of the nicest neighborhoods in San Diego. And they literally brought out the freaking SWAT team. These ICE agents to grab one guy from a restaurant. They had flashbangs. They looked like they were in a war zone for one dude. And like, don't even get me started about all these Republicans talking about where my tax dollars are being spent. How much did that cost? And then now we have like 4,000 troops in LA. How much is that costing? Whoa, that's heavy. Oh my God, let me show you guys what we got. We got some carne asada fries. We also got some carne asada chips. Donnie prefers chips. And then, it's usually all we order, but I wanted to try something new. So I got a chicken taco right here. A little chicken taco, shredded chicken taco, and then a shrimp quesadilla, which looks a little sad. What is that? I feel like it should be toasted more. Then I got some spicy carrots too. I love me spicy carrots. Coke Zero for balance. Let's eat. I'm starving. Sorry about my little rant earlier too, by the way. I think the liquor was hitting good. I don't typically order tacos at a Mexican restaurant, but I don't know. I was just feeling like a little crunchy taco, so we're gonna give this a try. All right, let's go in with a little salsa right here. I really like the crunch of the taco. The filling, not the greatest. Just like shredded chicken. There's no real flavor to the chicken. Probably wouldn't order it again, but I'm gonna enjoy this. Let's try a carne asada chip while I have you guys here before Donnie digs in. Ooh, this one looks good right here. You gotta make sure to get a little bit of everything in your bite. I love so much salsa on my Mexican food. That's delicious. Taco, this, delicious. Oh my God, this is straight up a burrito. I'm just gonna wrap it like a burrito because now everything's gonna fall off. Yeah, a burrito would have been better than a quesadilla. And then finally, carne asada fries. I need to get a fork though. 1 second. Then you just douse a bunch of hot sauce. See, look, I'm already done with my first hot sauce. So good. Now, would we have this food if it wasn't for immigrants? That's the last I'll say on that. I always clap when the food is so good because what else, right? Delicious. Right. I'm gonna eat here. Call Donnie. I think he's in the shower. And I'll check in later. Donnie doesn't want to be on camera. But he approves my DoorDash. Hi everyone, welcome to my new channel, Mikey Eats. I do have a vlog channel. I'll link that down below in case you're interested, but I did start a YouTube channel back in 2022, I believe, and that's been going pretty strong. It's just a lifestyle vlog channel, but I like to do cooking content as well. And so I decided, you know what? I do want to explore this realm of food content, and so I decided to start a new channel. And in this channel, what you can expect is basically just us hanging out, eating, cooking, trying new restaurants, hopefully soon traveling to try new foods. Today we are cooking a Japanese sando. Last year, me and my family went to Japan to celebrate my mom's 80th birthday. We all fell in love with the Japanese sando. It was just one of those things that were, one, affordable, two, accessible because it was in every convenience store, but more importantly, three, it was just so good. So yeah, this is a really easy recipe. All you gotta do is boil your eggs, and a tip about cracking your eggs so that the shell glides right off. You want to directly put it in an ice bath once it's done. One, to stop it from cooking, but also two, you want to be able to handle it quickly because the sooner you peel your eggs, the better they'll just glide right off. We also have some salt and pepper. We have some sugar, some Kewpie mayo, which is Japanese mayo. You can get it at pretty much any Asian market or store. And you know, in our local grocery stores, they also now sell Kewpie mayo. So hopefully you guys can have access to this because I think this is a must when it comes to the Japanese sando. We also have some milk here to get that creamy texture in there. And we have some butter as well because I like to butter one side of the bread. And then we have some white bread. So this is also important, but not a deal breaker in my opinion. Our Japanese market is about a 30-minute drive. And so sometimes I just settle for white bread at our local grocery store, and I'm not mad about it. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then I have a little secret ingredient, and this is totally optional, but I have some nutmeg here, and I just like to sprinkle a pinch of nutmeg in there to bring out the flavors. I feel like it just adds this little like, what's that in there? It's the nutmeg, but optional. But all you do is chop up your eggs, mix all your ingredients together, and then assemble your sandwiches. I have this little nifty KitchenAid egg slicer right here. And so what I like to do is I like to put an egg this way, or either way where you start, and it slices it like so. And then you're just gonna grab it, open your egg slicer again, and then you're going to slice it the other way. And that's it. And then just dump it in your bowl. Do that with the rest of the eggs and then mix all the ingredients together. Easy as slicing one way. Just make sure it doesn't fall on you. Slice one way, boom, grab, slice the other way, and then just drop into your bowl. Like that. All right, so we have our eggs here chopped, and all we're gonna do is just mix all of the ingredients together. We have some salt, or was that sugar? Salt or sugar? Salt, pepper. Let's go in with some Kewpie mayo right here. And I like to use a spatula like this, so I'm getting all of the ingredients, especially the mayo. Get all that in there. And then finally, we have the milk. And I won't add all of it just quite yet. I like to just save a little, because the reason we add milk is we want it to be creamy, but not too creamy. That's looking pretty good. So from here, all we do is mix this up, assemble our sandwiches, cut the edges, and we are good to go. But first, before we do that, you want to take a little taste test. Okay, for some reason it's a tad bit salty, so I'm gonna add a little more sugar. I'm gonna go in with 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, and the last thing I like to do with the mixture is add just a pinch of nutmeg. I just feel like it adds a little bit of like warmth and balance, but it's totally optional. You don't need to do it. I'm just gonna grate a little in here. I can already smell the aroma of the nutmeg. I also like to put nutmeg in my spaghetti sauce. One final taste before we assemble. Yup. That's delicious. You're just gonna grab a dollop of your egg mixture and you're gonna place it on top. And then for the other side, you're gonna grab your butter and then you're just gonna butter your bread. And then you're just gonna throw that bad boy on there like that. And then I like to grab a serrated knife because it's easier to cut the crust off. And you're just gonna cut the crust like so. And again, don't worry, we are going to crouton these guys up. And there we have it. A nice, quick Japanese sando. Doesn't that look so good? And then so I just like to store this in our fridge and literally wake up in the morning for breakfast. We have our own little Japanese convenience store ready to go for us. So let's go ahead and give it a little taste test. That is hitting all the right spots. Wow. Even a little bit of that pepper is coming out, which is really nice. So aside from these being perfect for like a little snack for you every morning or even a late night snack, your own little convenience store, these are actually good for like a party. You can make a ton of them for like a little appetizer. Or what I did is my best friend celebrated her birthday last weekend with a hiking trip with a bunch of her friends. And my friend also made a little charcuterie box. And so these were a perfect complement to that. So you can definitely take these on the go with you as well. And just like that, we're gonna pop these in the fridge and we have a little Japanese sando convenience store whenever we want at home. And also there's so many variations you could do with this. Sometimes I like to add bacon for just that extra crunch and saltiness. But my favorite variation is to add these thinly sliced cucumbers in here just to give that freshness and a little bit of bite. So good. I'm gonna eat another one. Delicious. And then in terms of the crust from the white bread, we're just going to put a little bit of olive oil in there, some salt, and some pepper. Give that a toss, and then we are going to throw this in the air fryer. All right, all done. Wow, that looks great. See how crunchy this is? Don't throw away your edges. Hi everybody, what's up? So as you can see, I got a new tripod, and this is the Small Rig X Potato Jet collab with the little lever right here that's like a sort of like a motorcycle lever or brake system, and you can go up and down really quick. So I'm gonna press it, kind of cool, or go up. All right, let me level this guy. Yeah, so it's like a really quick tripod. So I know I talked about this footage monopod that acts as a tripod, and it's been amazing because it's really quick as well. You just have this button right here that you press, and you can go like that. So the thing is, I was doing content over in downtown because I was doing a luggage collaboration with a brand, and I needed footage of me in the train station as well as the cafe. And when I'm bringing my big camera, I need a big tripod. This lens is a little bit too big for this guy, so I brought my old tripod that I've had for like over 20 years. Old, rusty, dusty tripod. I used that for this guy to take all my shots, and I ended up leaving it there. It was the last shot of the day, and you know, if you're at a shoot or if you're doing a shoot and you're done and you're wrapped, you just want to get the hell out of there. And the last shot was me walking by a cafe with my luggage, and I just used my phone for that because it just needed a wide shot. So I used my phone with a smaller tripod than this, right? What ended up happening was I put my old tripod by a parking meter, and I got the shot, and then I just straight left. And I got home, I was unpacking, and I was like, oh my gosh, I freaking left the tripod there. And you know what? I took that as a sign. I have been with that tripod for over 2 decades. And it was time for an upgrade. I thought this could do the trick for larger cameras, and while it can, when I hit record, I have to sort of wait like 5 seconds so this stabilizes because this is so big. When I'm trying to shoot vertically with a larger camera like this, it can hold it, but I just have to wait a few seconds before I can get the shot. And so, you know, when you're out and about doing shoots, you want to get the shot really quick, and especially in downtown or when you're out and about shooting by yourself, I don't like leaving my gear too far away from me. And so if I'm having to take a shot from far away, I want to get the shot and get back as close to my gear as possible because, you know, people are crazy. They will run by and just grab your shit. So I needed something a little bit more stable, and this is where this guy comes in. It's a little overkill for what I do, to be honest with you. This is sort of like a little mini production. However, I got it on B&H. It was an open box used item, and when it came, guys, it was brand new, but it was $300 off retail price, which is crazy. And I also like it because the fluid head is really nice and smooth. So if I do panning shots and stuff like that, you know, I'm good to go. But I typically don't do panning shots. But you know, now that I have something that's really fluid, maybe I'll start incorporating that into my work. So yeah, I ended up picking this guy up. Also, I'm dressed because we're about to head out to dinner to celebrate me and Donnie's 4-year wedding anniversary. Crazy how time flies. We actually got married during COVID. I'll tell you guys that story when we're at dinner because we're about to head out, but I wanted to show you guys this tripod real quick as well. We're actually gonna go to Ruth's Chris, which has become sort of a tradition for us when we're celebrating something that is involving both of us. So like when we bought our condo, we ended up there. And then so ever since then, we sort of just celebrated these milestones at the Roost Chris. So it was right by where we got married. So we ended up there. And then, yeah, we just figured, you know what, let's just keep the tradition going. But yeah, like I said, this one works just fine with this camera, especially when I'm shooting landscape or horizontally, it works like just fine, right? So the coolest thing about this tripod is this little motorcycle sort of lever right here. It's kind of like a motorcycle brake. When you press it, the legs come down or up. So I'm gonna press it and it just goes down or up. And then the moment it releases, it stays. So let's say you're like this and you want to collapse it real quick. All you gotta do is go back a little bit. Hold it down. Boom. And if you want to come back up, you can just, boom. You're ready to go. Ready to shoot. And there's like bubble levels here, so you can kind of just move it around so you know your level. I'm still getting used to it. So yeah, really have been liking this. There's just so many other things I can talk about, but there's other channels that do a much better job than that. It also has a center column, so you can raise this even more. So I'm 5'8". Let's get this all the way up. So I'm about 5'8", and this is almost as tall as... Is it as tall as me? Pretty much the same height, which is crazy. But yeah, this is my first, I guess, heavy-duty professional tripod because I have been rocking that old tripod for so long. And the reason I got this monopod that acts as a little mini tripod is because when I'm shooting in my kitchen, this guy is a little bit too much there. Like, I don't even know if this will fit. Well, it'll fit, but it'll be tight. And so this is where this guy comes clutch because I can move about really quickly in tight spaces. But again, when I'm doing a little bit more sort of a production shoot, especially with my larger camera, this guy's gonna come in handy. So cool. My 100th outfit of the day for this vlog, but I'm wearing this like vintage style, really thin pinstripe short sleeve button up. And then I have my Batagues, some khakis, New Balances, and yeah, that's it. Okay, so I don't know if I ever told a vlog about how me and Donnie got married, but we got married. Oh, hold on. We just got our appetizers. Okay, these crab cakes are the best crab cakes. Huh. The best. Like, they're sizzling, and the amount of crab in there, so much. And this is new. We're gonna try this spicy shrimp. Also had to get a Grey Goose dirty martini with blue cheese stuffed olives, my go-to here. Okay, before I tell you our wedding story, let me just grab a bite real quick. So me and Donnie got married during COVID, and he kind of just looked at me and was like, should we get married? So I was like, yeah, sure. And then a few days later, we went to Tiffany's, got our wedding bands, and we were engaged. But for our actual wedding, you know, everything was closed. And so we just came here to downtown by the harbor. Had to set up an appointment and everything. And it was literally like a concession stand. You just wait in these lines where like there was rows, right? And then there was windows. So multiple people, you know, you would go to your window, and we went. We didn't even have a witness. It was the lady behind the glass panel. And the officiant or judge just married us right there. It was cute though. Like we cried. We were a little embarrassed, but you know, it was fine. This shrimp is so good. That sizzle though. Donnie's is perfectly cooked. Wow. Oh, whoa, that is the perfect color. I'm not even kidding, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. This is the perfect color. That is like the perfect medium well. Whoa, it's so tender. Red asparagus and mashed potatoes, but all right, we're gonna enjoy. Talk to you later. Hi everyone, it's been a few days now, and just wanted to come back on and end this really long vlog. If you're here, I would be so shocked, but thank you so much for watching this hour-long vlog. You know what? I was just sort of you know, I was just sort of editing and I was like, oh my God, this vlog is really long. I'm like, should I stop it? And I was like, you know what? Let's just keep it going and just do this hour-long vlog. Don, shut up. I'm recording. So yeah, I was just like, you know what? Let's just keep this going and we're just going to title this something like a really long ass vlog. And I don't know. I had fun though. I hope you guys had fun watching it. The last clip you guys saw, I believe we were celebrating our 4-year wedding anniversary. You know what? The weird thing is when we sat down, you know, they threw these little hearts down and I looked at Dawn and I was like, the heck? And he looked at me like, what the heck? And so I asked her, the server or the hostess, as she was, after she dropped down those red hearts. And I was like, wait, how did you guys know? You know, and she was being cute. She's like, we know everything here. So it's really, really cute. However, me and Dawn do not like to disclose why we're eating dinner when we're celebrating something. So like if we're going out to our birthdays or anniversaries, we never say for special occasion. We never say, you know, it's our birthday because we both don't really like the attention, contrary to what you might think with me having a vlog. But yeah, we don't like eyes on us. And yeah, it's just, you know, it's just our thing. So anyways, when she left, I looked at Donnie again and I was like, did you tell her? And he was like, I was looking at you to see if you told her. And so it occurred to me that I had booked it through OpenTable as I do all of our reservations. And I looked at my profile and sure enough, my birthday is there as well as our anniversary date. So yeah, that's basically how they knew. And it was really, really sweet, especially if, you know, you love that sort of thing. It was such a nice gesture. We also got a free dessert out of it that said happy anniversary. So it was really, really nice. But I went in and edited my profile and took out our anniversary date. And this was extra weird for us just because we are both a little bit uncomfortable of showing PDA. And I think that just stems from growing up, you know, in the closet and not being very comfortable showing that public affection. It just is, to be honest with you, a little bit foreign to me. I won't speak for Donnie, but for me, it's like if we're in Hillcrest or we know we're in a safe space, then it's nice to be able to hold hands. But that's only basically 5% of San Diego where I feel comfortable doing that. And so we typically just don't show PDA, which is really sad, but that's just our reality for me anyways. And to top that off, when the waiter came by, he obviously saw the red hearts and then he goes, oh, are you guys celebrating anything? So I'm like, okay, now I have to even verbally say it. So I said, yeah, you know, we're celebrating our wedding anniversary. And he was a little bit taken aback too, I think, which made the situation a little bit more awkward. But again, I just want to say it was really sweet and very, very nice of them. We were the wrong couple to receive that nice gesture. Also, yesterday was 4th of July. I hope you guys had a good 4th. I ended up going on a really early morning hike because we wanted to catch the sunset. So we left about 4:45. Sunset was 5:45. So we got to the mountain, top of the mountain about 5:50. So just shy of sunrise. Was I saying sunset earlier? I meant sunrise. Unfortunately, there was a lot of marine layer and cloud cover. So we didn't really get to see the sunrise, but also something really beautiful happened. We were there. Our friend Liberty just ended up bringing like so much high noons. We all brought some snacks. And so we ended up turning it into like a 6 a.m. freaking picnic with drinks. And we were like, you know what? Let's just go there. We're here. It's 4th of July. Let's just go there. And so we started drinking and I saw some guy coming. We were in part of the trail that not many people know about. And so when he walked by, you know, I kind of looked at him and I was like, oh, hey. He's like, oh, hey guys, happy 4th. And I was like, do you want a high noon? And he like kind of looked and he was just like, you know what? Fuck it. Augustin, if you're watching this, hello, because I made him subscribe to my channel, obviously. But yeah, he ended up just sitting down, having a high noon with us and chatting with us, getting to know a little bit about his story, which was pretty cool. And then my friend Liberty has a deck of cards that just has like quotes and just sayings or just, you know, something to speak to you. And so you just kind of open the cards and you choose one that speaks to you. And so she let him choose one and he read it and he was kind of just like taken aback and a little bit, I don't know if he was tearing or not, but he was just like, oh my God, you know, and it was so cool because his card actually really resonated with him. So he got to keep it. And it was just like this really beautiful moment. And just to have that little connection, that little moment with Augustin and us was a really beautiful way to start the 4th of July. And it was a reminder that we just have so much more things in common than we do differences. And I think that's something that's been so lost the last few years with all of this divisiveness and even like my rant earlier. I think we all forget that we really do have more things in common And I gotta start reminding myself of that, because I feel like that brings me back to center and gives me hope in our humanity and our world that we'll get through all of this divisiveness. Because if we don't, it only goes down from here, right? If we don't figure out a way as a society, as humankind really, that, you know, we're stronger through connection versus division, like, it's just gonna keep eating up at us if we don't figure out a way to come together again, you know? And we do that through music, through food, through traveling, through understanding everyone's cultural differences and respecting everyone's beliefs and boundaries and, you know, all that good stuff. And so it was just a perfect way to end this video of mine and this vlog, because like you guys saw earlier, I was on this huge rant about the political landscape today. And I don't know, I needed this. So thank you, Augustine, for waking up early and going on that hike on 4th of July, because, you know, it's giving me hope back into the current situation that everyone is facing and feeling. So yeah. This was a long, crazy vlog. Again, if you guys are here, you are a real one, like for real. You are a freaking real one. And I love you and thank you for being here. And I appreciate you so much. And you don't know how much that means to me. And if you guys are new here and you stuck around this far, that's even crazier, but thank you. And in the end of each of my videos, or majority of my videos, I do say to try to choose happy over sad today. And that stems from basically choosing to let go of the small things that bother you. And so I will end with that. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. And if you can, try to choose happy over sad today. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.